Thank you for spending time with us today. From our viewers all around the world, we are thrilled to present to you our podcast and an exciting topic, which is our American Psychological Association Convention 2026. I am Shakti Brawley, Chair of the Society of Consulting Psychology Division 13 Conference Committee. And I'm also joined with our co-chair, Bob Hoople, our president of SCP, Joanie Connell, as well as our APA representative, Shannon, Jennings, along with our wonderful guests, presenters and facilitators, and featured presenters as well, too. And so together we are thrilled to give you a sneak peek into the SCP and what we have in store for the convention featured in my hometown, Washington, D.C., and the nation's capital. So during this podcast, we'll share more about SCP, what to expect from the APA convention, and we'll also guide you through some of the highlights of our programming and hear directly from our featured guests and their sessions. So you can start planning where you want to be with SCP at APA. So let's get started. So I will hand it over to Shannon to provide us with a brief introduction of the Society of Consulting Psychology, our community, and our presence at APA.
Sure. So for those of you who don't know, SCP is a division of APA. We're Division 13, and we are focused on consulting psychology, not counseling psychology. Don't get that confused. Consulting psychology. And so what that means is we are psychologists from a diverse range of backgrounds, all across the board. What we all have in common is we do consulting work in some way with individuals, groups, teams, and organizations. So it's an applied type of psychology that we are all engaged in. But really what makes SCP special to me is the community that we are. We are built around common values and goals and interesting, at least to me, conversations around how we take psychology and apply it in the real world in all kinds of different environments. And so we're a close-knit group of people who talk about intellectual things, have a lot of fun together, and hopefully as we share a little bit about how we're going to show up at APA convention today, you'll get a better sense of who we are as a group. Our content is across the board, lots of diverse topics, presenters from different backgrounds and points of view, and we make the most of the hours that we have to share with you at APA. Is there anything else I should share, Joanie, Mira, Tammy, folks who've been with Division 13 for a long time that I missed?
I think we'll cover it. They'll get a slice of what we're like.
Okay, that's great. Talk to Joanie, our fearless president, or fearful as I introduce her for just a brief moment, and then she's going to brave right on through and talk to us about, again, how is SCP showing up in DC next week?
All right, thanks, Shannon. Love the enthusiasm here. I'm Joanie Connell, President of Society of Consulting Psychology, Division 13 of APA. And whether you're a longtime SCP member or you're joining us for the first time, we're delighted to have you both watch our podcast and see you at the convention. And this year, I've been choosing a theme for the whole year of human-centered consulting, bridging perspectives, advancing practice. And you'll see that the sessions here at APA focus on just that, from connecting to stakeholders, to connecting to teams and communities, and just to connecting with clients and to connecting with each other as consultants. We have it all. Our flagship sessions will provide an introduction to consulting psychology and some intro to coaching. So there'll be a lot there for newcomers. And we'll have things there for more advanced consultants as well to keep the learning going. Most importantly, connecting with each other. Our division has, I think, the best social at the whole convention. Among the division socials, we can put the glove down and challenge. We're hosting it at City Tap this year, and it'll be a lot of fun. I just actually heard from our other fearless leader, who's probably truly fearless, Heather, who is our executive director, she told me the menu and it is not to be missed. So I hope to see you there. And also on a more serious note, to continue your learning at the conference with our exciting presenters, as they'll teach you about it in just a minute. And next up is what to expect. Well, I've talked a little bit about that, but let's see what the real deal is. And I think, is that Bob?
Yep. I was going
Bob
to say,
Hoople.
okay. I was going to say you covered a lot of what I was going to do, but hey, that's fine. There's a lot of diverse sessions for Division 13. Everything from very popular breaking in into consulting, as well as intro to coaching, which both are very well attended, and as well we invite everyone to each of these, and as well we all generally have a different story and how we got into consulting, and I think that is something that we all share in relation to each of these, each of those two sessions. But we have an ethics session, by with Rodney Lohman. But yes, we have a great deal, and I'll let Shannon close my discussion out.
So the best way to figure out kind of what is going on with SCP at APA, first of all, is to go right to our website. We have a page linked under events that will pull up the full agenda for SCP. You can go right there and see what we have going on, including the social, which will be, because it is off-site. The beautiful thing about that is, even if you don't happen to be able to attend APA this year, but you're in the DC area and want to come join us for our social, members are welcome to come on down and join us for sure. So you can go to the website, check it out. We also have things that are listed in the main APA on their website. You can pull through the agenda. And what I do every year is I go in and I select the programs and I add them to my agenda so that they show up on my calendar and remind me where to be. If you've ever been to convention before, there's a lot going on and a lot of amazing things to do and so many great like vendors and booths to check out. You can lose track of where you want to be. So that's my pro tip. I'm only in year 4. I know there's folks who've been there a lot more years than that, but I start off with the SCP website and then I go over to APA, because you might find that people like Dr. Daniel Lattimore is going to be on one of the feature stages and you're like, holy moly, like, because it's right there on the APA website. So you absolutely want to go check that out as well. And when you're out there, right, because we are not filling, we don't have sessions every hour. So we do invite our members to go ahead. It's okay. You can go check out stuff from other divisions, right? But when you're there, make sure you tell them about how amazing we are at SCP and some of the things we got going on. So go ahead, share, get out there, bring back what you learned to us, because that's important too. We're also going to have a hospitality suite available. So we want to make sure that everybody that's there come use the hospitality suite. APA does have some quiet spaces and some other things that they put on. But if you're a presenter or you need to take a phone call, you just need to get away from it all, come on into our hospitality suite. And it's a great place to connect with the presenters right after their session. So one of the things, again, at APA, they move you right out of the room pretty quickly. That's okay. Follow the presenter on over to our hospitality suite, continue those conversations, go in depth, get to know each other, because this is, for us, it's a place of learning, it's a place of fun, but it's also a place of connection and seeing where this can take us go into the future. So those are the main events. APA also has some really cool things going on to check out, including a photo op to show up as psychologists. There's going to be a big photo op about really just showing the world that psychologists show up and care and we vote, since we're in Washington, D.C. So APA is really encouraging as many folks as possible to show up for that photo op. Details are on their website. Don't trust me to remember them off the top of my head. And so, but again, there's a bunch of cool stuff going on. We know that we are going to be some of the coolest folks there, but maybe not the humblest. So we look forward to meeting you. If I know you already, I can't wait to see you. If I don't know you, I can't wait to meet you. And if at any point in time you're there and you're like, I wonder where I should be or what's going on, definitely look for Ujjayini or Bob, Joanie, myself, Daniel. Mira, I don't want to throw you out there, but we will help you find your way to our other events. And then also, I want to make sure folks know that there will be a presidential address at one of our last sessions on Friday evening. And then we'll go right from that right into the social. I got the date right. It's Friday evening. So those of you who want a group to walk with over to the social, make sure to show up to the presidential address, or excuse me, the division meeting, division business meeting, not a presidential address. I got it wrong. Division business meeting. So we can all walk over together to the social so you don't have to walk over alone. I know I shared a lot. I'm super excited about this event, as everyone can tell, and I can't wait to see you there.
Yeah, I hop in, or should
Daniel,
I come
jump
in at
in.
another time?
Yes, please, Damon.
So I just want to thank the team for that marvelous, just laying out the buffet of everything that's we're happening of the intersection of Division 13 and APA. Something that really stood out to me was that at every level you can find your people. So whether you're about to register or you've already registered, you might have seen something that there was a session about individual coaching, and I believe Dr. Tammy Lynn on the call is actually one of those coaches. So from literally from registration to the point that you walk in the door, Division 13 is available and present. Whether that be at our hospitality suite, we have our individual sessions, we have spotlight sessions, feature sessions. Division 13 has been making a name, but we don't want to I'm trying to find that balance of humility and modesty, but like, we also deserve to take our flowers. We've been really hard at work here in these past couple of years. And it's not just been alone. We've been working with other divisions and a few co-sponsored sessions as well. And we're really excited to meet you on any level that you're at, whether it's a first timer, whether you're seasoned, there is a space and house for you at Division 13. And we are excited to receive you. And I yield my time and give it back.
Thank you so much. That was excellent. I am ready to be there now. When I was at the convention last year, when I tell you every minute that I spent with my colleagues, with newcomers, with members in the society as well too, has been so fulfilling and so rewarding. And I'm so excited to share with you our lineup of programming. We've touched bases on some of the sessions that are going to be coming, but I really want to highlight those speakers that are on this call now. Excuse me. So we'll walk through the schedule day by day, hear from the featured presenters, and hear about what to expect from their sessions as well, so that you can start thinking about where you are going to be. And so when we will start on Thursday, August the 6th, we're going to be kicked off with our consulting ethics for our times by Dr. Rodney Lohman. And then thereafter, we're going to have our everything you want to know about coaching. So I want to highlight Shannon Jennings to share a little bit about that session.
Okay. And I did throw that up on the screen for everybody to see, and that our informal room is in Hospitality Suite B. So just want to make sure I get that detail out there. So I think this is our 4th year doing everything you wanted to know about coaching, and every year it is a little bit different. The program has evolved based on the audience needs. And so this year it is going to be myself, Dr. Shannon Jennings, Ujjayini Brawley, and Dr. Liz Swigert, and we each come with a different perspective on how we moved into coaching with executives. And I do group and team coaching. We all do little bits of different versions of executive coaching. But that's what we're going to talk about, is our journey, a little bit to know about what it might look like if you want to jump into coaching, some things to be aware of. What does it look like in terms of some differentiation in legal risks, business risks? So we're going to do a high level overview of everything you wanted to know about coaching, but we're afraid to ask. And that's going to include obviously opportunities for you to ask those questions. And if you're still afraid to ask, hopefully somebody else in the room will ask it and it will be relevant to you. And then afterwards, we will continue into the hospitality suite for those folks who want to ask more questions. Yeah, I'm very excited to do it. It's always a great time. And it's amazing how many psychologists show up to learn more about what this newer field of coaching looks like, and what that means as a psychologist. Many of us out there know that there are a lot of folks who are running businesses where they call themselves coaches. And psychologists, I think, do themselves a service to be aware of what is going on out there with the coaching industry. Again, neither for good or for bad, not, but just to have a sense of what is happening and how do they fit into it? How does it fit into their world, whether they're doing applied psychology research or they're doing clinical work. We'll share a little bit about what the coaching world looks like so they can have that insight. Happy to answer any questions from the group, or hopefully that was clear.
Thank you so much, Shannon. What is one thing that you're looking forward to this year at the convention?
Well, I am looking forward to meeting new people. I love all of you and I love meeting my old friends, but one of my absolute favorite things to do at APA convention is meet new people and talk to psychologists who don't know anything yet about Division 13. And invite them into our conversations, our hospitality suite, our social spaces, and see who vibes with us. And over again, I've met some of the most amazing people and been able to continue to develop a professional relationship and friendship with them, as many have chosen to join SCP and even show up and volunteer and be a part of our leadership. So my favorite part of APA is meeting other psychologists.
Thank you so much, Shannon. And I love that you mentioned friendship as well, too. And that's certainly something that we have to offer within our consulting group, is that we become friends. We become long-term colleagues. This journey, we are a community together. And so let's move into Friday's sessions now with From Individual Leader to Systems Convener. And I want to invite Dr. Mira Brancu to share a little bit about this session as well.
Yeah. So you heard the title, Individual Leader to Systems Convener. This is co-presented with Emily Keener and Kim Case, and it's under a critical conversation category. So there's going to be lots of audience engagement. And I'm actually finalizing it now, and I'm super excited about it. It's kind of like a bit of a show and tell for how psychologists can translate their training to do large scale change through systems convening facilitation. So you're going to get to hear a case study with me as the consultant and Emily Keener as the sponsor of an 11 university campus coalition, what the challenge was, how we went into meeting the need. And then you also get to take self-assessments throughout to see how ready you are to move from individual leader to systems level leadership, why psychologists are specifically well-trained to do this kind of work, and then what is the gap left for training or mindset that you might need in addition to your psychologist training to do it really well, and then how SCP can help you do that well. It is at 8:30 on Friday, but it's in my opinion, a great way to start a Friday.
Thank you so much, Mira. It sounds like you have been doing a tremendous amount of research and planning for this session. And you said it best too, start your days early with APA because you don't want to miss out. Some things start at 7 a.m., 8 a.m. Set your alarm clock because there's an abundance of information and great sessions together. And so moving along, we have our next session, which is called From Engagement to Action. And then thereafter, we have Breaking into Consulting, and that is going to be located on our featured stage. And this has been ongoing for several years now. It is one of our highlights within SCP at APA, and we're looking forward to that session as well, too. And thereafter, we have our Division 13 business meeting, which will be facilitated and presented by our president. She's going to be sharing all things to do with our Division 13 leadership. And Joanie, would you like to share a little bit more about this meeting?
Don't be put off by the fact that it's called a business meeting, because business is going to be fun and interesting. And we actually will be hearing from others besides just myself. And we'll talk about a lot of different things and answer a lot of questions. and have opportunities for people to have breakout discussions if they like, that will lead them into the walk over to our social that follows. So I don't have anything to give away yet, but it's not your typical business meeting. And best of all, it is in person, not on Zoom. So no Zoom fatigue, just energizing content and delivery. So we'll see you there.
Thank you so much, Joanie. Following that, we have our Division 13 Social Hour, which was mentioned previously at our city tab, as well as the menu you don't want to miss. Join us together directly from that business meeting. We're going to head over to the social hour together. You don't want to miss that. Following on Saturday, we have our session called Evidence-Based Team Coaching Skills for Building Resilient and Adaptive Teams. And I would love to invite Devon Morris to share a little bit more about that session.
Now I'm gonna take the stage with no problem, but I'm gonna defer to Tammy because she had
Tammy
her
had her
hand
hand up.
Dr. Lynn had her hand raised, so I want to go back to her for.
Thank you so much. I don't mean to interrupt, but before you get to Saturday's schedule, I'd love a moment just to explain the From Engagement to Action session on Friday afternoon. Please mark your calendars for 1 p.m. on Friday afternoon in room 101 of the Convention Center. I'll be moderating a panel consisting of other consulting psychologists and students who are using something called learning and action models in really innovative ways. As consulting psychologists, we get opportunities to influence organizations and groups and teams. And we're most proud when those groups can really take their learnings and apply them in ways that create meaningful change. So these panelists are going to describe their use of learning and action and talk about the ways that they use adult learning theory and systems thinking and other principles of consulting psychology to really empower groups and teams and communities to take action on issues that they care about. I'll be moderating the discussion amongst the panelists and also the Q&A, and really look forward to having people join us. Thank you very much to the division for sponsoring us. And I also hope that I can express my enthusiasm. The thing I'm looking forward to most with this convention is to see our friend Daniel Lattimore on the main stage, not for the first time, but for the second time. I remember meeting Dr. Lattimore many years ago at an APA convention while he was still a student. And the great thing about SCP is that we get to enjoy each other, learn from each other, support each other through various stages of our career. And here he is taking the stage for a second time. So we're certainly proud of Dr. Lattimore in Division 13. So thank you for the moment, and thank you for sponsoring this event.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tammy. Can you share a little bit more about your coaching sessions as well, too?
Oh, thank you for asking about that. Last year in Denver, APA experimented with offering coaching in the exhibit hall. And it was so successful that APA has brought on more coaches and is offering more sessions. So if you would like to talk with anyone about a career transition, about a challenging work situation, about anything that you'd like to get out of your own head and into a conversation with a coach, you can do so during walk-in hours, and you can also secure a time slot when you register for the convention online. So please check us out in the exhibit hall.
Thank you so much. And if I can recall correctly as well, too, last year was a booked out event for you all, too. So plan ahead. If you're going to see Dr. Tammy or any of our other featured coaches as well, please plan ahead to make sure that you reserve your time, and that you come with a notebook and pen as well too, because there's going to be a lot of information for you as well too. Thank you so much. All right. I'd love to hand it back over to Devon to share more about your session on Saturday.
All right. Well, first and foremost, I am doing this session with Brandon Rains, who you see right here. And the name of our session is going to be Evidence-Based Team Coaching Skills for Building Resilient and Adaptive Teams. And what we're going to do is have a truly practice-based session where we're going to talk about evidence-based team coaching specifically, and those practices that help to develop resilience, goal commitment, learning agility, all leading toward adaptive performance through a lot of interactive sessions. That is our whole objective, is to make it as interactive as possible. And it's exciting because I see other people already doing the work here. And even though I'm a first-time attendee, Brandon is a first-time attendee to APA as well. I mean, I went to SCP, earlier this year, but I'm not going to count that. I'm only going to count this. But I'm really, really super excited. I'll let Brandon add and see if you want to add anything to what we're talking about here, Brandon.
I just want to add my excitement and my thanks. I'm so happy to be here, and Devon and I are going to be. We are thrilled to be a part of this and to bring some excitement.
And thank you, everyone here. All excitement is just a plus for us, I think. Newbies coming in.
Well, I'm certainly excited to have you, and I love this arc, right, around coaching and consulting. We have everything from folks who might be dabbling and it's a new idea. They just want to kind of come in and get the high level view of coaching or consulting. If you are ready to dive in deep, you have all kinds of opportunities from systems level to community-based products. Go get some experience being coached, all the way to finalizing it on like Saturday, capping it off with a very deep skills-based interactive session. I mean, this arc is amazing. It's so exciting, and it gives you just a sense of the kinds of things that we do at SCP in our world and how we want to bring it back and share it with other people, so that you can decide how it fits. So anyway, I'm sorry, Gal. Here I am again, just fangirling on our programming, but I just love that we can stay high level, or you can go deep depending on where you're at with the SCP programming. And I don't mean to steal your thunder as you're running the program, but I can't wait to hear a little bit more from Dr. Daniel Lattimore myself, because I missed him on the main stage last year. I had to scoot out too quickly, but I am staying this year to make sure that I not only see Daniel, but get to go to the social. So, anything you want to share with us about what we can expect?
I'll say this. I'm very excited that APA at large has been investing in innovative technologies that we've not seen. So you've heard us talk about coaching sessions come in. Another initiative that APA really vitalized last year was the power of storytelling on a major stage. So they took a cohort of us, and they paired us with a company called Story District to give structure to storytelling and then to share that onto the main stage. And this year, what we're doing is something called Ignite Talks. So there are 4 psychologists coming together, and we're doing a very blitz format that we've seen in different spaces, but it's adding that element of fun, exciting storytelling in a shorter, condensed format. So we're going to see that take place on Thursday and Friday morning. So it will not hurt my feelings if I don't see you at my session, because I know that there is such strong programming that you can't go wrong. It's like when you go to a buffet and you're like, do I go for the surf? Do I go for the turf? And then it's like some people, make space for both. Some people are like, I'm purely surf. If you're purely surf, no, I do not take it personally, because you can't go wrong with our programming. As long as you go to something of Division 13, because we have such a dedicated group here that has put in so much work that I think it would elevate your work it would only complement, it would only add to the structure of your work right now. So with that, I give it back.
Thank you so much. I am adding your programming to my schedule. So you can count on me to be there front and center as I was last year, because you had such a wonderful presence on stage. The story that you told has me wanting to come back and learn more from you and other experts on this call as well too. And so with the excitement, this is just a sneak peek of the excitement for all of our viewers out there. Get your hugs, get your handshakes, get your contacts, get those experiences. And one of the last experiences that we are going to feature as well too, and not necessarily our last, because more is to come along the way in those APA adventures, is our SCP Museum Walk, where we will experience the power of art and connection and explore local museums near the convention, so that we can think about how we can get curious within consulting psychology, have conversations, as well as embrace new perspectives from one another as well too. So grab your walking shoes, grab your open mind, and these experiences for art, conversation, laughter, and joy, and the harmony of unity that SCP brings. And so with that, I'd love to go ahead and close this off by handing it over to our SCP president, Joanie Connell.
Thank you, Joanie. Well, one thing that everyone hopefully has either seen or heard or both is the enthusiasm we have. And, I think that one thing that hasn't been highlighted here, but has been evidenced, is the support we have for each other. And, we have a listserv, we have a whole virtual community, we have conferences outside of APA. Our division is a really supportive place to be. And that's one of the reasons why I'm a member and what really appealed to me about joining SCP. We also have a hashtag. If you're not able to make it, it's hashtag SCP in DC. So if you're there live or just following the fun events and want to see a couple of clips or something, go search for us on the various social media, SCP in DC. And we'll also have things on our listserv as well, letting people know, and our LinkedIn as well. So we look forward to seeing you there and connecting with you and sharing some social events and museums and all sorts of stuff, as well as shared learning. And thank you so much for giving us your attention for this past bit of time here. See you in DC, SCP in DC.